Thomas Cruise Mapother, born July 3, 1962, is an American actor and film producer. Regarded as a Hollywood icon, he has received various accolades, including an honorary Palme d'Or and 3 Golden Globe Awards, in addition to nominations for 4 Academy Awards. His films have grossed over $12 billion worldwide, placing him among the highest-grossing actors of all time. One of Hollywood's most bankable stars, he is consistently one of the world's highest-paid actors. Cruise began acting in the early 1980s and made his breakthrough with leading roles in Risky Business 1983 and Top Gun 1986. Critical acclaim came with his roles in the dramas The Color of Money 1986, Rain Man 1988, and Born on the 4th of July 1989. For his portrayal of Ron Kovac in the latter, he won a Golden Globe Award and received a nomination for the Academy Award for Best Actor. As a leading Hollywood star in the 1990s, he starred in commercially successful films, including the drama A Few Good Men 1992, the thriller The Firm 1993, the horror film Interview with the Vampire 1994, and the romance Jerry Maguire 1996. For the latter, he won a Golden Globe Award for Best Actor. Cruise's performance in the drama Magnolia 1999 earned him another Golden Globe Award and a nomination for the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. Cruise subsequently established himself as a star of science fiction and action films, often performing his own risky stunts. He has played fictional agent Ethan Hunt in the Mission Impossible film series since 1996. His other films in the genre include Vanilla Sky 2001, Minority Report 2002, The Last Samurai 2003, Collateral 2004, War of the Worlds 2005, Night and Day 2010, Jack Reacher 2012, Oblivion 2013, Edge of Tomorrow 2014, and Top Gun: Maverick 2022. Cruise holds the Guinness World Record for the most consecutive $100 million grossing movies, a feat that was achieved during the period of 2012 to 2018. In December 2024, he was awarded the U.S. Navy's highest civilian honor, the Distinguished Public Service Award, in recognition of his outstanding contributions to the military. With his screen roles, Forbes ranked him as the world's most powerful celebrity in 2006. He was named People's Sexiest Man Alive in 1990 and received the top honor of Most Beautiful People in 1997. Outside his film career, Cruise has been an outspoken advocate for Church of Scientology, which has resulted in controversy and scrutiny of his involvement in the organization. An aviation enthusiast, he has held the pilot's license since 1994. 1980s breakthrough and stardom. At age 18, with the blessing of his mother and stepfather, Cruise moved to New York City to pursue an acting career. After working as a busboy in New York, he went to Los Angeles to try out for television roles. He signed with CA and began acting in films. He made his film debut in a bit part in the 1981 film Endless Love, followed by a major supporting role as a crazed military academy student in Taps. Later that year, Cruise was originally supposed to appear as a background actor, but his role was expanded after impressing director Harold Becker. In 1983, Cruise was part of the ensemble cast of Francis Ford Coppola's The Outsiders. That same year he appeared in All the Right Moves and Risky Business, which has been described as a Generation X classic and a career maker for Tom Cruise. He also played the male lead in the Ridley Scott film Legend, RELESED in 1985. By 1986's Top Gun, his status as a superstar had been cemented. Cruise followed up Top Gun with Martin Scorsese's The Color of Money, 1986, which came out the same year, and which paired him with Paul Newman. Their chemistry won praise among critics, with the Washington Post writing, "One of the subtle achievements of both Cruise's and Newman's performances is that you feel that both of them are genuinely top-notch pool hustlers." In 1988, Cruise starred in Cocktail, a film that was a box office success but failed with critics. His performance earned him a nomination for the Razzie Award for Worst Actor. Later that year he starred with Dustin Hoffman in Barry Levinson's Rain Man, which won the Academy Award for Best Picture. In 1989, Cruise portrayed real-life paralyzed Vietnam War veteran Ron Kovic in Oliver Stone's war epic, Born on the 4th of July. Film critic Roger Ebert of the Chicago Sun-Times wrote, "Nothing Cruise has done will prepare you for what he does in Born on the 4th of July. His performance is so good that the movie lives through it." Stone is able to make his statement with Cruise's face and voice and doesn't need to put everything into the dialogue. The performance earned him a Golden Globe Award for Best Actor Motion Picture Drama, the Chicago Film Critics Association Award for Best Actor, the People's Choice Award for Favorite Motion Picture Actor, a nomination for BAFTA Award for Best Actor in a Leading Role, and Cruise's first Best Actor Academy Award nomination. 1990s dramatic roles. Cruise's next films were Days of Thunder 1990 and Far and Away 1992, both of which co-starred then-wife Nicole Kidman as his love interest, followed by the legal thriller The Firm, which was a critical and commercial success. In 1994, Cruise starred along with Brad Pitt, Antonio Banderas, and Christian Slater in Neil Jordan's Interview with the Vampire, a gothic drama horror film that was based on Anne Rice's best-selling novel. The film was well received, although Rice was initially quite outspoken in her criticism of Cruise having been cast in the film, as Julian Sands was her first choice. Upon seeing the film, however, she paid $7,740, equivalent to $16,420 in 2024, for a two-page ad in Daily Variety, praising his performance and apologizing for her previous doubts about him. In 1996, Cruise starred as Super Spy Ethan Hunt in the reboot of Mission Impossible, which he also produced. The film was directed by Brian De Palma and was a box office success. Film critic Stephen Holden of the New York Times praised Cruise's performance, declaring Tom Cruise has found the perfect superhero character on which to graft his breathlessly gung-ho screen personality. In the same year, Cruise took on the title role in Cameron Crowe's sports drama Jerry Maguire, playing a sports agent in search of love. The film was a massive financial success, grossing more than $273 million worldwide against its $50 million budget. In 1999, Cruise co-starred with Kidman in Stanley Kubrick's erotic and psychological drama film, Eyes Wide Shut. Peter Bradshaw of The Guardian praised both Cruise and Kidman on their performances, writing, "Cruise in particular lays himself open in that fiercely committed way that he tries everything as an actor." That same year he took a rare supporting role as a motivational speaker, Frank T.J. Mackey, in Paul Thomas Anderson's Magnolia 1999. Rolling Stone film critic Peter Travers heaped praise on Cruise, writing, "Cruise is a revelation, fully deserving of the shower of superlatives coming his way. Cruise seeds with the chaotic energy of a wounded animal. He's devastating." For his performance he received another Golden Globe and nomination for an Academy Award. 2000's established career. In 2000, Cruise returned as Ethan Hunt in the second installment of the Mission Impossible films, Mission Impossible 2. The film was helmeted by Hong Kong director John Woo and branded with his gun-fu style. It continued the series' success at the box office, taking in $547 million worldwide. And like its predecessor, it was the highest-grossing film of the year, but had a mixed critical reception. Cruise received an MTV Movie Award for Best Male Performance for the film. His next 5 films were major critical and commercial successes. The following year, Cruise starred in the romantic thriller Vanilla Sky 201 with Cameron Diaz and Penelope Cruz. In 2002, Cruise starred in the dystopian science fiction action film Minority Report, which was directed by Steven Spielberg and based on the short story by Philip K. Dick. It has since been included in lists of the greatest science fiction films of all time. In 2003, He starred in Edward Zwick's period action drama The Last Samurai, for which he received a Golden Globe nomination for Best Actor. In 2004, Cruise received critical acclaim for his performance as Vincent in Collateral. The critical consensus states that driven by director Michael Mann's trademark visuals and a lean, villainous performance from Tom Cruise, Collateral is a stylish and compelling war thriller. In 2005, Cruise worked again with Steven Spielberg in War of the Worlds, a loose adaptation of the H.G. Wells novel of the same name, which became the fourth highest-grossing film of the year, with $591.40 million worldwide. Also in 2005, he was a nominee for the People's Choice Award for Favorite Male Movie Star and the winner of the MTV Generation Award. Cruise was nominated for 7 Saturn Awards between 2002 and 2009, winning once. 9 of the 10 films he starred in during the decade made over $100 million at the box office. In 2006, he returned to his role as Ethan Hunt in the third installment of the Mission Impossible film series, Mission Impossible 3. The film was more positively received by critics than the previous films in the series and grossed nearly $400 million at the box office. In 2007, Cruise took a rare supporting role for the second time in Lions for Lambs, which was a commercial disappointment. This was followed by an unrecognizable appearance as Les Grossman in the 2008 comedy Tropic Thunder with Ben Stiller, Jack Black, and Robert Downey Jr. This performance earned Cruise a Golden Globe nomination. Cruise played the central role in the historical thriller Valkyrie, released on December 25, 2008, to box office success. 2010's action star. In March 2010, Cruise completed filming the action comedy Night and Day, in which he re-teamed with former co-star Cameron Diaz. The film was released on June 23, 2010. On February 9, 2010, Cruise confirmed that he would star in Mission Impossible: Ghost Protocol, the fourth installment in the Mission Impossible series. The film was released in December 2011 to high critical acclaim and box office success. Unadjusted for ticket price inflation, it was Cruise's biggest commercial success to that date. On May 6, 2011, Cruise was awarded a humanitarian award from the Simon Wiesenthal Center and its Museum of Tolerance for his work as a dedicated philanthropist. In mid-2011, Cruise started shooting the movie Rock of Ages 2012, in which he played the fictional character Stacy Jacks. The film was released in June 2012 and was a rare box office misstep for Cruise. Cruise, however, received positive reviews for his performance, with Variety's film critic Justin Chang writing, channeling the likes of Axl Rose and Keith Richards with his tattoos, heavy furs, and even heavier eyeshadow. Cruise clearly relishes the opportunity to play against type, even as he sends up his world's biggest movie star identity, displaying a cock of the rock strut that viewers haven't seen since his turn in Magnolia. Cruise starred as Jack Reacher in the film adaptation of British author Lee Child's 2005 novel One Shot. The film was released on December 21, 2012. It met with positive reviews from critics and was a box office success, grossing $217 million worldwide. In 2013, he starred in the science fiction film Oblivion, based on director Joseph Kosinski's graphic novel of the same name. The film met with mixed reviews and grossed $286 million worldwide. It also starred Morgan Freeman and Olga Kurylenko. In 2014, Cruise starred in the science fiction action film Edge of Tomorrow, which received positive reviews and grossed over $370 million. In 2015, Cruise returned as Ethan Hunt in the fifth installment of the Mission Impossible series, Mission Impossible: Rogue Nation, which he also produced. Returning cast members included Simon Pegg as Benji and Jeremy Renner as William Brandt, with Christopher McQuarrie as director. The film earned high critical acclaim and was a commercial success. Cruise starred in the 2017 reboot of Boris Karloff's 1932 horror movie, The Mummy. The new film, also titled The Mummy, received negative reviews and disappointed at the box office, though still grossed over $400 million. In 2018, Cruise again reprised Ethan Hunt in the sixth film in his franchise, Mission: Impossible Fallout. The film was more positively received by critics than the previous films in the series, and grossed over $791 million at the box office. Unadjusted for ticket price inflation, it was Cruise's biggest commercial success to date. 2020's franchise films. In May 2020, it was reported that Cruise would be starring in and producing a movie shot in outer space. Doug Liman would be directing, writing, and co-producing. Both will fly to the International Space Station as part of a future Axiom space mission in a SpaceX Dragon spacecraft. In May 2021, Cruise protested against the Hollywood Foreign Press Association (HFPA) by returning all 3 of his Golden Globe Awards. In light of controversy surrounding the HFPA, particularly its lack of diversity, specifically no black members, and ethical questions related to financial benefits to some of its members. In 2022, Cruise reprised his role as Captain Pete Maverick Mitchell in Top Gun: Maverick, a film which he also produced. The film premiered at the Cannes Film Festival, where Cruise earned an honorary Palme d'Or. The film was released to widespread critical praise, with many reviewers deeming it superior to its predecessor. The film broke several box office records upon its release, earning over $1 billion, becoming the highest-grossing film of his career. Cruise earned $100 million for the film, when combining ticket sales, his salary, and his cut of home entertainment rentals and streaming revenues. Cruise reprised his role as Ethan Hunt in Mission: Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1, which was released in theaters on July 12, 2023. The film received critical acclaim, but was a box office disappointment due to the box office and cultural phenomenon dubbed Barbenheimer, which was the same-day release of Christopher Nolan's historical epic film Oppenheimer and Greta Gerwig's fantasy comedy Barbie. Peter Debridge of Variety praised Dead Reckoning for its performances, action sequences, and a satisfying ending, writing, "This outing may be one half of a 2-part finale, but it gives audiences enough closure to stand on its own." In 2024, he appeared in the Paris 2024 Olympics closing ceremony to promote Los Angeles 2028 Summer Olympics by jumping from the roof of the Stade de France Stadium in Paris. He took the flag from Mayor Corinne Bass and athlete Simone Biles. Cruise reprised the role of Ethan Hunt in the second part, Mission: Impossible: The Final Reckoning. Due for release in May 2025, Cruise also declared it would be the last film he'd portrayed Ethan Hunt. 96-97. He will also star in an entitled film directed by Alejandro González Iñárritu, which will be his first film at Warner Bros. Pictures in 12 years.